Cartief, you want to try again? You tried earlier. Let's see if we can get you back on.
Can you hear me now?
Hey.
Got me?
Yeah.
All right. I had a quick question for you. It was, how can I reason about language that is open to such interpretation that it can mean whatever you want it to mean? If language can mean anything, then it means nothing. As a Christian apologist, I have to ask, why should I listen to you if what you're saying is indistinguishable from gibberish? And how are you any better than astrology or other woo-woo?
Well, first of all, I've never argued that words and language can mean anything you want it to mean, so no idea where you got that.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't. When I say you, I just mean like the general Christian, like the general religious person. As an atheist Christian apologist, I don't mean you specifically. Sorry.
Well, but if that's not my position, why do you want me to address everyone else's position? I don't understand.
Well, I'm just curious. Like, obviously, I'm not a atheist, and even as a non-religious person, I can understand that, religious people have a definition for their language. I don't exactly understand it.
So, well, hold on. So is the objection that all theological and metaphysical terms are gibberish?
Well, sub a abstract scientific definition, I'm
okay.
Not sure what else to call it.
Okay, so this is like, are you familiar with any critiques of like basic level scientism and like empiricism? Because that's what this amounts to.
I would be happy if you had any authors to recommend to me or something.
Well, I mean, we could just make the argument right here. Like,
Sure.
How do you know, or what does it even mean to think that there's a, quote, basic scientific definition of what exists?
Well, I guess I'd start with like Descartes' solipsism. I can't prove anything outside of my existence, so I need to have multiple people verify my results, and then you have develop some sort of consensus over time. And
okay, and let's get more basic than that though. Like, how do we know? So, all knowledge comes through sense data. I mean, that's essentially scientism. Is that your view?
Sure.
Okay. So the problem with that, though, is that proposition itself is not in sense data. So it's a self-refuting first proposition, first starting point.
So it's a self-destructive argument?
Correct.
Okay. I'll have to consider that. That's a very interesting point.
Well, if that's where the epistemology starts and it can't get off the ground, then every sentence from that point on says nothing. So it's actually your position that makes no coherent statement.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Could you just repeat that?
So if it is the case that your epistemic starting point is self-refuting, then any other assertion or proposition you make would also be nonsense and self-refuting. So basically, sentences are impossible.
Okay, but so I in order to use language, I have to not consider sense data. If I'm not understanding.
Literally not at all what I said. I said absolutely nothing like that.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to understand.
Said your starting point, your first, the place you want to jump off, the place you want to hinge your epistemology on. Okay, it's not a language problem; it's an epistemology problem. Is itself a self-refuting starting point, and so therefore any other propositions or sentences you try to make also fail. Because the epistemic starting point fails, you see. So epistemology is more fundamental in what we're talking about than your theory of languages, theory of language and signs.
Okay, so my premise is false because our lived experience transcends our ability to describe it with language or something along those lines?
Well, I could just simply say that the universal claim that all knowledge comes through sense data is a contradiction because knowledge, that proposition isn't found in sense data. And so you're subject to all the problems of David Hume, who's a more consistent atheist empiricist than any other atheist empiricist, which means that the result is skepticism. So Hume's arguments say basically that there's no way to give an account for the self, identity over time, laws of logic, induction, predication, meaning. All those things fail, and if all those things fail, then sentences and knowledge are impossible. And Hume was fine with that, saying that our knowledge is not justifiable. So if knowledge is not justifiable, if you want to be a consistent atheist, then you can't argue against Christianity and you don't know science.
I think that's a fantastic argument, and I really appreciate you sharing that with me. I will read into Hume.
Yeah, go read David Hume, because he's the consistent atheist, and he's my favorite atheist because he's the one that's consistent where the rest of the atheists aren't.